Alright, I thought I'd do a video on some random tanks. Take a break from the ones of the favorite strains. I'll get back to that in a couple of days. This is a batch of fry that's grown out from the Platinum Red Mosaic big ear guppies. And these are like the second backup generation, I guess, or second backup breeders. So these fish are about 5 months old, so they fully colored up. Now this was the male that looked a little bit greenish. He did develop some red in the tail, but they all have the nice big pec fins, the males, and I just put a few females in with them. I think it's about 4 pair in there. These will probably be harder to find. These are the main breeders out of that group. There's really about 6 or 7, there's 6 trios in here, and I'll stick with this guy since the other ones are hiding. Now this one, this is the group I did a video on a while back where I had a few different males, and I just showed one that was like a little bit greenish, and there's a little better look at one of the nicer males. Really cool looking fish. They fully colored up, obviously, and there aren't too many males hanging around here. I don't know where they're at. There's a lot of plants in here because this line does like to eat their fry. So since this guy's hanging around, we'll show him. And hopefully the other males will come out, because there's at least 5 or 6 in there, which is how I arrived at 5 or 6 trios. So a little frustrating. I don't know where they're hiding. Obviously in the plant somewhere. And I just put these groups together 3 nights ago. I spent about 7 hours straight down in the fish room rearranging tanks. I think I have 4 tanks of breeders now of the Platinum Red Mosaic big ears, and I have I think 7 tanks of fry growing out, various stages. So definitely an interesting line. I really like these. So what do you call a 3-footed aardvark? A yardvark. A yardvark. That's awful, but it's good. Interesting combination. Alright, I don't know where the rest are hiding, so let me move on to some other fish. And a couple of these tanks are really a little funky. They're going to be coming down and moving the fish around like these two. Now this is what's left of the original. And sorry, the tank's a little dirty, so I just did this last night. It's what's left of the original Platinum Red Mosaic big ears I got from breeder in Thailand. This tank's really dirty, actually, not just a little dirty. So I put them all in this tank last night with a lot of plants, and when I checked it this morning, there was already more fry in here. So there's one right now, just gonna let these older ones live out their life. I'll check on these fry, see what they end up looking like. Because I don't know, they're older, the breeders, so I don't really want to. I don't know if I want to take fry from them anymore. So this is just a tank of fry, as is this one. Dirty glass. These are ones that'll be hard to see because they like to hide a lot. These are the first group of fry I got to grow out from Lisa's Platinum Red Mosaic big ear guppies. And these will be a little tough to see because they really like hiding in the plants, but really nice pec fins on the males. A couple of the females have some red in the tail, which is nice. That's not the tail, that's the airline and the stem from the filter. It's a 4x4x4 filter, sponge filter. So these are getting a little tough to see, but there's a pretty good view of one of them. Excellent looking fish. She really raises nice fish. And the females aren't too far from dropping fry, but this line does like to eat their fry. So I don't have enough plants in here at this point. I'm not sure if I'm going to put more in or not. I don't think she's too far from dropping fry, but we'll see. She's not quite squared off yet in the back, and I believe I put in 2 trios, but it's going to be tough to find them all. But hey, it's a nice looking tank. Alright, they're not cooperating. I don't know if these next fish will cooperate because they just went into the tank about 10 minutes ago. And I'll probably trip over a bucket because what the noise is you're going to hear. And these are the darker blue group of breeders from the Blue Dragon Guppies. Now I really don't get many or any with the large pec fins, but this one, they're dark, but I don't know if they'll be larger. I don't think they'll get any bigger. That usually happens early on. So there's some other males in here somewhere, but I selected all of the darkest blue ones I have. They're probably almost purple the way they look, but to me they're still blue. So very nice fish. These are I did a video on them not more than a week or so ago, and I think I got to double check my eyeballs because I think that's a male. So I'll pull that one out. Like I said, I just put these in 5-10 minutes ago, and what I wanted to do was just separate the darkest blue male breeders I had, and I put in 2 trios. You've seen both males. Females are a little tougher to find. I actually technically don't have 2 trios now because one of those that first thought was a female is a male, just not fully developed yet. So that one will be coming out after the video is over. So I'll have to be a little bit more careful about what the heck I'm doing. So what's a foot long and slippery? A slipper! A slipper! That's terrible. Alright, can't really see them, so I'll be back with the last few tanks I wanted to show, and just hang in there. Alright, these are the last few tanks I'll show. I'm only showing these because every time I've ever showed them before, you can never see the pattern. These are the albino red lace snakeskins, and you can finally see the pattern on these males. Of course, I'm trying to keep it zoomed, and then they zoom themselves out of the camera lens. So let me see if I can actually get them on here. There we go. I think you can kind of see the pattern on that one. They're definitely not easy, but they are beautiful fish, and the dorsal's starting to develop, getting nice thumb type dorsal, and the pattern has fully developed, and they have a lace tail. So very, very nice fish. I got these from my friend Dan. Haven't been able to get in touch with him again because I had a couple questions for him. I also got the albino half black pastels from him, and they're not really doing much. I only have 3 males and 1 female that survive shipping, and they're just not having fry. I don't know why, but these are filling up. I don't think there's any fry in this tank. It's a thin leaf water sprite. I don't see anything moving up there. So let me give them a shot here to get on the lens here. Really not too easy to... I'm gonna have to film these in a photo tank because they really are tough. There, you can see it now, that pattern. It's pretty nice. And instead of getting black dots, it looks like they get a red dot, which is kind of cool. Each one, I think every male has it. So this is another tank that's coming down. There's a lot of fry in there. Now this was going back a while to that other video. of the differences I was getting with some of the platinum red mosaic big ears. It was a new breeder I had bought from, and I don't remember what these are called. I'm sure somebody will write it in the comments. I end up confusing them and just calling them Batman Guppies. So it's either Dark Knight or Gotham Guppies, or I don't know what the heck they are. But what I did was, obviously the two males look alike. They kind of look like a really bad black delta, and they have the large black pec fins. So what I did is I took the females that had a matching color combination, much different than the other platinum red mosaic big ears. I got 5 fish out of that group of about 35 fry that exhibited these colors. So hey, I'll see what I can do with them. If they breed true after a couple generations, that'll be nice. If not, then I'll just get some platinum red mosaic big ears out of them as well. I don't know why it throws this variation, but it does, and it's kind of cool. So interesting looking fish. And this other one is just a cross that I've decided to try. These are very, very young blue delta females. They're just starting to develop. The other one's right here. These are very small fish, definitely females, and I put them in with 2 different age groups of blue delta, or blue Moscow males, because I want to see if I can improve the blue in my unexpected blue Moscow line. And this male is pretty exceptional looking, huge fan-shaped tail, and really, really nice size on him as far as the fins, and the body size could be thicker, but it's not that old of a fish. So hopefully he'll zoom his way to the front of the tank so you can actually see him. And this one is about a month or 2 younger. And hopefully we get this guy in the front. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to using photo tanks, I guess. This is a little tougher to get them in, but there you can see he almost looks black, but I see navy blue, so that's what I'm going with. But the tail spread is just amazing. So if there were shows still, IFGA shows, he would probably qualify as the wide tail class, but they may have done away with that class. I really didn't pay much attention because there aren't any shows yet, and hopefully we can get him on here. Let's go. Definitely a cool looking fish. That's an amazing looking fish. I'll probably use that as the thumbnail for the video if I can get it to look a little clearer. And I just put these fish in the bigger tank yesterday on my marathon 7-hour working in the fish room thing. So they were in a 2.5 gallon, but since this male was getting such a good size, I wanted to put them in a bigger 5.5. So there won't be anything out of these this combination. It's just 2 pair for about 2 months, maybe 3, because these females are too young. They're very tiny, and I used a much younger male because this one looks amazing, but in a month or 2 I don't know if he'll be capable of catching up with the females. So cool looking fish, and that's the smaller one. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll get back to the my favorite strains one. I just thought I'd do something different, and enjoy. I'll be back in a couple days. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments or send me an email. And thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow is March 1st. Happy March!